together so they can try things. Young Politics Podcast so that you can try things. Now we will stop saying so that we can all now try this.
Hello and welcome to Now Try This, the podcast where two best friends get together every week to try something new. I'm Marcus, and who are you?
I am Nick, and Marcus, I am here.
That was very
Now try
powerful.
this.
That was very powerful. That was a He-Man-esque intro.
You know, Marcus, you know what I realized today?
What did you realize?
Every time you intro the show, it gets thrown to me, and I feel like I need to banter about something. And, you know, I was thinking on the train today, I was like, gosh, I should probably be prepared, know what banter I'm going to say,
No.
have some kind of catchphrase.
Mm-mm.
And you know what I realized?
Not on this podcast.
I need a catchprise.
No.
What's my catchphrase?
What? Yes,
If-
and your catchphrase is... your
Your catchphrase is not realize what I'm doing a bit
I'm the
and
brown
then realizing
one.
halfway.
Your catchphrase
guys, this is Now Try
is-
This. Two best friends, we try stuff. What does that mean? That means we both find something that we love, that we care about, or that's new and exciting in our lives, and we make our best friend try that thing. But once a month, you guys are in charge. That's right. At the beginning of next month, patreon.com/nowtrythiscast, you guys will get to be our new best friend and give us a try. Will it be a movie? Will it be a book? Will it be a TV show? Will it be an activity? We haven't ever done an activity. The closest thing to an activity we've ever done is when I tried to give you an ad for a woodworking company, and maybe one of us were supposed to buy the thing.
That's true.
And neither of us did.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Buy that thing.
It could be anything, right? Like, if I ever get trained up for another marathon, I can make you run the New York City Marathon. Who knows? I'll
That would
train,
be
I'll spend all the
wild.
time training, and then I'll just throw you in there.
That would be wild. That,
You could
that just
finish
sounds
it.
wild to me because I'm sure with a year of training I could do it, but that just sounds like the worst. And Marcus, I also remember watching you go through all that. You were having a good time.
I was having
You were
a great
You
time.
were determined. You needed to do it. I was proud of you. You were proud of yourself. You were crushing it. I remember I watched
Yeah.
you in the race, and as you ran by, and you were on your second or third lap, or almost done, or 3/4 of the way.
Mhm.
You had been running a significant amount of time, glistening like a god. You
Thank
look
you.
fucking majestic. I remember watching, and Darren was holding the sign. I was just like, wow. As you passed by, and you were all smiles, and it was beautiful. That's not gonna be me, man. That's not gonna be me.
You don't
I'm gonna be
know.
dying.
You don't know until you do it. Well,
Oh.
I got to get back into it. Once I get back into it, I'll pull you in, make you do a little race with me.
Okay, but guys, if you want to make us race or do any other horrendous sounding things, now patreon.com/now try this.
Yes. And to our India fans listening, go to patreon.com instead of commenting on every single one of our videos. that
I
you want
kind
us
of
to
love
watch
that.
movies.
Guys, for those of you who don't know, that aren't in the know, our RRR episode, the movie, the Indian movie, is our most watched video on YouTube. 40K. It is inundated with suggestions of things to watch. And up until a point, none of that had bled into any other viewership or anything else. Until now, one person is going to our other videos saying, watch more Indian films. And we would love to.
Mhm.
We would love to do it. But there's so many to watch. We don't have time to parcel through them all to figure out which ones are the best, which is when you come in. Patreon.com/now try this cast. I will vote for your Indian film.
I will
I'm
vote
sure
for it
a
too.
lot of our fans will, because I would love to watch another RRR.
Mhm.
Though I admit, I don't think there'll ever be another RRR. Did you know RRR
you don't
didn't
know.
win the Golden Globe?
Huh?
RRR didn't win the Golden Globe. It won for song.
Yeah,
but
that's
it
what I
didn't
said it
win
won
foreign
for.
film. Marcus, no one's correcting you.
I'm
You
just
have to
saying
be
that's what.
defensive.
Look,
I
on
just-
the last
I-
episode, I said
I-
it won for best song.
I know. You were in the middle of it. Marcus,
Who was they had foreign film category? On
do you
the
know
Golden
anything
Globes?
about awards? Yes.
I don't know anything about the Golden Globes. That's the lame one.
It is the lame one, but it's usually a precursor, almost like what way's the wind blowing for the Oscars. Like the
Mhm.
fact that Elvis swept up and did so well, and same with Fablemans, means they're probably going to do really good at the Oscars.
Fablemans is definitely going to do well in the Oscars because it's Steven Spielberg and they just love to jerk him off.
And it's a movie about making movies, right?
And it's a movie about Steven Spielberg's life. So
No. They love
how
movies.
much more masturbatory about the film industry could you get?
Well, it's why a lot of movies like Shakespeare in Love was about acting. You know, The Artist was about movies. You know, these movies, they always. Oh, Nick Mason says Fableman was so good though. Well, as soon as it gets on HBO Max or somewhere, I will watch it because I honestly just don't have the time to go to the theaters because there's so much good stuff right now. It seems like we instead are going to watch Megan. That's what we're spending this weekend watching.
I would prefer if you called it by its real name, Mithrigan. Okay, and the sequel's going to be Maforgan. Then it's a Mafivgan, and it's going to so on and so forth.
You know what I'm excited for? The sequel is gonna be Mithrigan 2, but the one after that is gonna be Mithrigan, and it will just be a more pronounced 3, which would be very confusing. Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots was great.
Oh my goodness.
The Last
but
Wish
RR won the Critics' Choice. Oh,
yes, and the Kids' Choice Awards.
But Argentina 1985 is what won at the Golden Globes.
That sounds like a movie I do not give a shit about.
It's a historical drama.
Yeah,
which technically I guess RRR is as well. So
it's like a mythological drama.
I'm just saying I really hope it gets its due. But also we would love to watch more Indian films, so please join the Patreon and tell us what to watch.
I will be going to India soon, so drop those suggestions because I need to study up on my culture.
Do you have any thoughts about it? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm very excited. I feel like I've never been outside of the continent before.
Wow. Wait, have I?
I don't know.
Does Hawaii count as a continent?
That doesn't count. That's America.
Then I guess I've been to Hawaii. Well, okay. Well, it wasn't a continent.
Well,
that's the farthest I've been.
It's part of America, okay? It counts.
Do you think you're gonna have like a culture shock? Like you think you're gonna like not be prepared? Like how do you handle being a fish out of water and not
I grew
being
up in the
a
Bronx,
sore thumb?
Okay, that's like I'm ready for anything.
You're ready the odd man out in the Bronx.
If there's rats everywhere, I'm used to that. If there's crowded, I'm used to that. If there's a bit of a smell, I'm used to that. Like we're all good.
They might as well have called you pasty ass Puerto Rican up in the hood.
I will be a tall freak of nature. That's not what I will be used to. That's the only thing that'll be different.
Really? I've seen you be a tall freak as you've walked into places and being the tallest.
Okay,
you love it.
I am tall for sure.
Like, oh, look at me, I'm so tall.
But I will be obviously tall and obviously white.
Marcus, is there anything you'd like to talk about before we get to the review of Megan? Is there anything going on in your life? Is there anything you've watched recently?
Oh man, I've watched a lot of stuff recently. It's been a good couple of months for films, so I wanna. There's a lot of good challenges.
Anything you want to shout out? Anyone to shout out that you're not going to use as a challenge?
I don't know if this will be a challenge, but Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, man, that movie I was shocked by. I put it on. I didn't think it was to be all that, and then I was like, "This is one of the best movies I've seen in the last few months."
You mean you went to theater to see it?
No, I saw it at home.
I don't think it's out yet. I think you're.
It's on streaming.
I think you mean you went to see it in the theater.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean
it's streaming on Peacock.
I think.
Oh, is it? The time this airs, it'll be streaming.
Nick Mason in the chat. I'm also really excited to see The Whale. I don't think Lexi has any interest in it though, so I need to go see it by myself.
I want to see. I see a lot of Brendan Fraser on Doom Patrol, and I love Doom Patrol, and I love Brendan Fraser. I don't know if I need to see The Whale, but I will maybe. I don't know.
Brendan Fraser and I haven't seen Doom Patrol, so I need to get my Brendan Fraser fix somewhere.
It's fair.
Well, Marcus, as we're talking about this, there's a movie that I just today watched that came out recently that I need to talk about because I think I might have a hot take.
Megan?
That might shock the world. No, not Megan. I just saw today through my commute. So I stopped and started it 5 times. And going away from this movie, I thought that was a lot of fun and I enjoyed my ride. Do you know what movie that was, Marcus?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Black Adam.
That is a good phone movie. That
I
is-
saw Black Adam on my phone today on my
Uh-huh.
commute in 4 or 5 different parts, and I thought it was really good.
I believe that you thought it was good.
Oh my god. Talk about the perfect way to participate in the movie. Marcus, talk about let me just go down the list really quickly.
Sure.
Best portrayal of Hawkman we're ever going to get. Cool introduction to the Justice Society of just generational heroes. Fucking a story that actually had a twist that I didn't see coming about our main character. I legit didn't know the twist was coming. I had no idea. I sat down for the 3rd or 4th time on the train, pulled out my phone, watched the twist, and I went, oh, and I was all by myself on the train. It was fucking wild.
Can you tell me the twist?
Oh, sure. Spoilers for Black Adam. He wasn't the chosen one. Black Adam, The Rock, is the son of the kid that we see in the flashbacks that becomes the chosen one. He's the dad, and the son at the last minute, right before he's gonna die, gives him the power and then gets shot by an assassin, which is why Black Adam, The Rock Black Adam, goes fucking ballistic and blows everyone up because his son was dead. And then he got imprisoned, and then now he's out, and he does that's why there's the whole, I don't know how to be a hero. I'm not worthy. This isn't mine. That's why I'm fueled with revenge. It wasn't about a hero that lost it and wanted to kill everyone. He was never that chosen hero in the first place. Mind blown.
That seems like a bad movie, and I don't know if you are just confused or the movie was so bad it turned around and was good. But
Maybe.
Listen,
Everyone's been dogpiling the movie so much. I was expecting nothing, and I got something.
I don't want to shit on your experience, so I'm very happy for you. But honestly, I'm gonna skip out on that movie.
Have you watched it?
I'm gonna skip out on it. I'm good.
Maybe you
I didn't
like
say anything
it.
bad about it. I haven't seen it. I can't say anything bad about it. I can't say
Shit.
anything good about it. I just haven't.
I'm
I have
this
no
close.
interest.
I am this close to giving it to you as a challenge
you
right
give it to
now.
me as
It was going to be
challenge, I
something
will-
else.
I will watch it.
It was going to be something else, but now with your reaction and how I'm hyped about it right now, I don't know. I'm this
Do
close.
I also have to watch it on my phone? Because I do feel like that's the only reason you enjoyed it. Is because you're watching it on your phone on the train.
You have like an hour and a half, 2 hour commute every single day. Of course, you
Yeah,
should watch it. On
I
your
can
phone.
watch it on my
Yeah.
phone on the bus. Yeah.
And you'll love it. Adonis Hodge as fucking Hawkman was wildly cool.
I'm sure there was cool stuff in it. I feel like The Rock right now is having an anti-hero moment.
What do you mean?
Just in life, I feel like the whole
Oh,
drama with the DC, him trying to secretly take over, him not wanting to be in Shazam because he was too good for it. You know.
Well, I can see why it wouldn't have fit in with what he was trying to do in this movie. Wow, I'm becoming a fucking apologist. This is fucking
Also,
crazy.
I mean,
Can
it's
I tell
on
you?
brand too because
Go ahead.
he's in his contract that he can't lose fights. So like in
lost
Fast
a
and
fight.
Furious, so it makes sense
Yeah, I
that
know
like
that.
he's that kind
To
of.
be fair, they all
person.
do. They
Okay,
all
but
do.
you could be the one guy who decides you're gonna be willing to lose a fight.
I know, but if Vin Diesel starts a thing and then everyone follows suit and you join in on the 5th movie, are you going to say,
But it's
no, I want to
Vin
be the one?
Diesel's movie franchise. It's
Yeah, but
look, I'm not justifying that he deserves to not lose a fight, but I'm just saying if anyone's not gonna lose a fight, hey, Vin Diesel gets a pass.
no, if anyone's not going to lose the fight, it's The Rock.
Nah.
The Rock's a fucking
Have you
badass.
seen
He's
Vin
fucking.
Diesel?
The Rock is our modern day Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like I get why. Did Arnold lose fights back in the day?
Yeah,
Did
100%.
Sylvester? The first Rocky, yeah, he lost. That
Yeah,
was the whole,
exactly.
That's why. But that was okay.
Wait,
go back
you said
to
the first
Syl-
Rocky? That was
Yeah, it's Sylvester,
Sylvester Stallone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Schwarzenegger didn't lose fights.
The Predator.
He won.
He got his ass kicked the whole movie though.
That's true. It was a different time. It was a different time. Okay. Last thing, and then we can get off of this. I think this is my ranking for DCEU films. And granted, they all suck, and we can all agree, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
Darren in the chat, he lost a fight to a reindeer. You're right, he did.
jingle all the way.
Well, did you say do you think one of the DCEU movies is
I'm trying to
better
think about
than-
all the DCU movies. It's just a lot to just say that they're all bad immediately.
They're on a different tier level than like Endgame and like Infinity
I would
War.
say
Like they're just a different.
Suicide Squad, the newest one, is on the same level as the lower end Marvel movies.
I think yeah, I agree, but that's why, and that's one of the best ones. It's a different scale. So I think right now, this is without me looking at a list and really thinking about it. I think my favorite DCU films go Wonder Woman,
Uh-huh.
then Black Adam, and then Suicide Squad. Am I crazy?
Yes, that's a bad take. What about Batman? You didn't like the Batman movie?
I didn't. First of all, the Batman is not
Trash take.
DC.
Trash. Yep.
DC. It's not DCEU. The DCU is the Snyderverse version of these
Oh,
characters,
Matthew's
right?
in the chat.
Batman
Also
is
said
different.
awful take. You have a bad take, man.
No, and second of all, I didn't like the Batman. We can talk a whole podcast. Give it to me as a challenge. I'll fucking destroy that movie. Let's fucking go. But
It was pretty
a
good.
movie's not
I
good
liked it.
when the whole
I liked
thing,
Batman.
the whole thing hinges on some fucking contact lenses. That's a bad movie trope. That's a bad movie. Anyway,
And this fucking like half-assed plot with Black Adam's like, oh, actually, it was my son who deserved the power, not me, and I got it through some backdoor trickery. I don't know. It's bullshit.
no, it completely made sense. It wasn't bullshit at all.
I didn't see the movie, so I can't say if it made sense or not.
I know. This is the coolest version of Hawkman we're ever going to see. He was badass. He was doing stuff. Adonis Hodge, fucking, I love that dude. We both loved him. We both loved him in One Night in Miami. He's that dude.
If this was a Justice Society movie, yeah, I'm in.
It is.
I love
It kinda
Justice
is.
Society.
It
They're
kinda is.
fantastic. Dr. Fate, love him. Fantastic.
They're in just
but
as much
The
screen
Rock
time as Black
ruins
Adam
the
is.
movie.
I don't think he does.
Okay.
And listen, solid C+. I'm fucking raving about it. It's a solid C+.
That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted the truth.
It's a solid
okay?
C+.
You're masking the truth with all this
Mhm.
bravado, but
Yeah.
it's a C+ movie. I'll accept
It's a
this.
C+. It's a
Okay.
C+. Maybe like I think Wonder Woman's a B, Suicide Squad's a B minus. This is a C+. Maybe
Okay.
that's where I'm like
Okay.
at. I said it's a different scale. It's just
Okay.
I've expected so little from the DCEU. I've expected so little, and I got a Justice Society that I thought was kind of cool. I fucking
Okay.
thought that Noah kid as Adam Smasher,
Mhm.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine. Better than half the MCU people running around right now. I'm just saying. There's a lot of shitty MCU
I'm holding
things.
out for the Blue Beetle movie, and if that fails,
It
then
might be good.
I'm done.
Well, then they're about to reboot it after that.
Well, then I'll be back in. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm
That's
always
smart. I
I'm
wonder
a
if they
sucker
can-
for a reboot. I'm a sucker for a crisis event. Get me in there.
I wonder if they can reshoot Blue Beetle to make it part of the new stuff because I'm rooting for that movie. I really hope it's
If
good.
it's very easy if they don't mention any other superheroes, right? If
Yeah,
you just have
yeah.
the movie, it exists, and they don't mention any other it's fine. It's in.
But
Peacemaker
also
was
it's
the
like-
best thing. Peacemaker's
yeah.
the best thing in the DCEU.
That's fair. It's also an aesthetic though. Right now, the Snyderverse is like there's an aesthetic that fits with that. There's MCU that fits with that. He needs to make a new aesthetic. I think it just needs to
James
look
Gunn?
different somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but if I was a genius, I'd fucking make $1 million and explain it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I
$1
just
million.
know-
That's it. That's all you would make.
These are
If I was
$1 billion
genius, I'd make
movies.
$1 million.
Black Adam made like
perfect
what
amount.
400, 500 million, and
gonna
I'm over
say.
here like 1 million. Anyway,
An
I'm gonna
indie
tell
film
you-
is $1 million.
I'm gonna tell you what your challenge is by the end of the episode because I
Okay,
might
sounds
do
good.
Black Adam, but
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't my original plan. My original plan is
That
something
episode
else.
would just be screaming. I will tell you that.
Maybe I'll
Okay.
give it to you later. We'll see.
Nick,
Friends get together so they can try things.